Well, so as you can see right behind me, residents of Akonfra in the Ashanti region are shocked at the revelations of this morning's raid led by the Minerals Development Fund. The Minerals Development Fund, together with security agencies, in the early hours of today, apprehended some foreign nationals who are believed to be part of the syndicate leading illegal mining operations within the forest reserve found within this community.
The community is fed up. And in fact, the communities are fed up. They are fed up that they destroy the land, they destroy the water bodies, and at the end of the day, they're going to blame government. Because they want water, government has to provide. They want this, government has to provide. For these Chinese who say they don't even feel sorry for what they've done, they've destroyed our water bodies, they've done so much. We will also push to make sure that the law takes its course. But if they are going to be deported, it should not be before they pay for the restoration of offering.
In fact,
In the heart of West Africa, a storm has been brewing, one that many dared not speak of, one that creeps silently beneath the soil, hiding under the golden wealth of the land. But today, we must awaken. From 2018 to 2019 alone, Ghana's immigration authorities made a shocking discovery. Over 680,000 Chinese nationals had flooded into Ghana, and thousands among them had one objective: galamsey, the illegal exploitation of Ghana's rich, sacred land. Let that number sink in. Not 600, not 6,000, over 500,000 people, with thousands more engaging in secretive, destructive gold mining operations. This wasn't just random migration. This was a quiet, methodical invasion under the guise of economic opportunity. Imagine your forests torn apart, rivers poisoned, hills blasted with dynamite, your children coughing up blood, your crops failing, all so that someone else, somewhere across the sea, can wear a necklace made from your land. That's the cost. That's the theft that was happening while many slept. But Ghana woke up. In 2019, under growing pressure and the evident destruction of local communities, lawmakers took a stand. And one name stands out: Honorable Maka Mubarak, whose call for change echoed through Parliament. He reminded the nation and the world that Ghana's laws were clear. The Minerals and Mining Act of 2006 and its 2015 and 2019 amendments were unambiguous. No foreigner has any legal right to engage in small-scale mining. Not one. The law wasn't just written, it had teeth. Section 99, especially Clause 3A, made it abundantly clear. Any non-Ghanaian caught in illegal mining activities or even facilitating such operations was not just committing a crime, they were committing an offense against the very sovereignty of the nation. And for that, the law imposed no less than 20 to 25 years in prison. No probation, no fines alone, both fine and jail time without exception. But here's the twist. The law went further. Foreigners caught under this law weren't simply deported. First, they must serve their entire sentence in Ghanaian prisons. Only after that can they be deported. Ghana was no longer playing nice. The Chinese ambassador to Ghana was summoned. He was told, in no uncertain terms, that Ghanaian soil is not up for auction. Small-scale mining is an exclusive right, not a favor, granted only to Ghanaian citizens or companies registered under strict local control. Yet still, they came. They arrived in waves, with machinery and cash, buying silence, corrupting local chiefs, and destroying the earth. And while Ghana's forests wept, while entire communities were left without clean water, a burning question remained. Why are we so welcoming to those who harm us, when our own are treated like criminals abroad? Every week, every single week, Chinese police arrest no less than 5 Ghanaians for overstaying their visas or working without permits. They are thrown into jail cells with no sympathy, no warm negotiations, no second chances. There is no diplomatic conversation when the offender is African. They serve the full sentence. No compromise, no mercy. Yet in Ghana, many of these same foreigners walk freely, drive through cities in luxury SUVs, and operate illegal mining rigs in broad daylight. What kind of justice is that? Over 200 Chinese nationals have been arrested and deported from Ghana in recent years. Some were prosecuted. Some received jail terms of 14, 15, even 18 years. Others were processed and sent back. But are we doing enough? Are we truly defending our land or simply managing the destruction? In one chilling incident, reports emerged of a dynamite blast that wiped out a portion of land where children used to play. The miners involved? Foreign, illegal, and unrepentant. And this is where we must pause and ask ourselves, what kind of people do we want to be? Are we to be the generation that sold Africa's soul for a handshake and a bribe? Or are we the generation that finally awakens, Africa awakens, to its own worth, its own strength, and its own laws? This story isn't just about Ghana. It's about all of Africa. The same story repeats in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in Nigeria, in Zambia, in Sierra Leone. Wherever there is gold, coltan, cobalt, lithium, there is exploitation. There is betrayal. But there is also the possibility of resistance. Let's talk numbers again. In just 5 years, over 1,000 Chinese nationals have been apprehended for illegal mining in Ghana alone. That's 200 per year, nearly one every other day. Yet how many Ghanaians are arrested in China every week? 5. That's 260 Ghanaians every single year, jailed for doing far less harm. The hypocrisy is glaring. And it gets worse. Some of the same Chinese companies funding illegal mining in Ghana have been linked to environmental destruction in other parts of Africa. Forests turned to deserts. Rivers turned to chemical sewers. Entire ecosystems destroyed. And for what? Temporary profit? Jobs that leave more suffering than solutions? Let us be clear, this isn't about hating foreigners. It's about defending what is rightfully ours. Africa has been exploited for hundreds of years by colonialists, by corporations, and now by foreign miners who treat our laws as suggestions and our people as obstacles. No more. We must support leaders who are bold enough to enforce the law, to prosecute, jail, and deport those who come to plunder what generations of Africans have bled to protect. We must strengthen the hands of the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry, of immigration officers, of anti-Gownsy task forces. We must educate our youth that their heritage is not for sale, that the land they inherit is more valuable than any foreign paycheck. Because if we fail to rise up now, we will wake up one day and realize that nothing is ours anymore. Not our gold, not our forests, not even our sovereignty. So let this be a call, not just to Ghana, but to the entire continent. Let this be the moment when Africa awakens. Because our silence is their permission, and our voice is our revolution.